welcome to this very special episode of... I was about to say Mighty Karma. That genuinely went through my head.
That's so weird.
Oh my god,
yeah,
my
that's
brain
like
is
the
not
most
working.
formal intro you've ever done.
Yeah. As Matt said, this episode we're making his car sound cool.
So we've got TRD copy extractors. These are on Dylan's car and Seb's car, and I love the way that both of those sound. We've got cool with a K wrap. This is fiberglass wrap, not... You can get titanium wrap, but that's expensive. So no thank you. The gasket to bring to the exhaust shop today as well. And these came with the heat wrap. So I've always loved the look of heat wrap because it looks super race car. So today we're going to attempt to put it on and make it not shit.
Yeah.
So what we're going to try and do in this video is, because my car sounds vastly different to Dylan's and Seb's car, and a lot of our friends' cars as well, it doesn't really sound, it doesn't have like that Angry Bee 4AG note that you get.
It's not as high frequency.
Yes, and so what we're going to do is compare how these headers sound and how my 4 to 2 to 1 headers sound, and then people can like make a decision on what they want based on how they sound. And I know that like my 4 to 2 to 1s can sound good on a really hectic engine. Like I've seen 4 to 2 to 1s sound sick on like a built 20 valve, but that's different because there's so much more airflow and it's like a way higher frequency coming through the exhaust. But this is going to be a comparison for a standard 4AG.
The other thing is, it has the potential to be slower. You do know that, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But I am happy to sacrifice that because it's going to sound way better.
Yeah. I also was like to Matt, oh, why don't we take them to get ceramic coated? Apparently it's like $800 for a header, so...
Yeah, so anyone saying that ceramic coating is better than this heat wrap? No It's just really expensive.
Dunk it.
Dunk it in.
Nice. Look at my comically large cup of tea.
It's like
as big as Matt's head.
It's like on Friends.
It actually is as big as your head on the camera.
It's definitely bigger than my brain.
You've got a big head too.
I've got a huge head, dude. It's full of heaps of knowledge. A few minutes.
Wait until the heat wrap stops bubbling.
Dude, that actually might be a tip, I don't know. We're gonna need to put gloves on so that we just, I mean, it being wet, we might not get as much fiberglass all over our hands, but...
The wrap has stopped bubbling.
Yeah, weirdly enough, Dylan was joking, saying to pull it out when it stops bubbling, and that was actually about 5 minutes, which is how long you should probably wait. So basically we're just gonna have to wrap each runner to about here-ish, and then we'll just wrap that whole section down there and cover that, and then we've got our metal zip ties that we'll tie it off with as well. I'm definitely no expert at this, just like everything else. We should just have like a general disclaimer for like every video. Alright, so we're just gonna cut it here, and then what we're gonna do is just fold the corner in there. I feel like hose clamps might be better if I'm brutally honest. I'm not super convinced by that, but that's okay. All done. The bottom is a bit iffy because these zip ties are actually pretty but pretty happy with it overall. I reckon that looks sick. Yeah. Looks pretty race car, which is what I was vibing.
Definitely looks good from the angle that you actually view it from.
Yeah, except we accidentally got it dirty up the top there, which is a bit of a shame.
Good.
But now we're just going to take this to the exhaust place. So what we're going to do is do like a quick before sounding of my car, and then we're probably going to pick up my car either during the week on a day that I'm not working. Then we'll cut to that, and then we'll see how it sounds, because I'm going to put a new muffler on it as well, because the bike muffler is just way too loud. So yeah, here's to hoping it sounds sick. right, buddy. You'll be sounding better in no time.
We are driving it currently.
It's quite empty out here. We got some long roads, get some high-speed roads, so we can let the car breathe a bit.
Let it breathe.
That sounds amazing.
It sounds really good.
That's 5,000 RPM. It sounds like it's revving higher than it ever used to.
Yeah.
The car is way smoother than it was before. The frequency of these headers must be just totally different. I don't know if it's the headers or the muffler, because the muffler on it before was obnoxiously loud.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the headers. The whole, actually, like the experience of sitting in the car has completely changed. Before with the 4-2-1s, the whole car would shake a lot more.
Yeah.
In this, with the 4-1s, it's just a lot smoother. And like we were saying, because technically, like on paper, I think with a not built engine, a 4-2-1 is going to give you better performance, supposedly.
Yeah.
But I feel like it actually feels faster with the 4-1s.
Well, I think the reason it feels faster is because
Righto, champ.
the headers are so much more smooth than they were before.
Yeah.
So that when I'm at like 7,500 RPM, it feels like I can just keep going and going and going.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what I've always wanted from a 4.8.
The other thing is,
so
I think 4-1s give you more power up top than down low. A 4-2-1 is going to give you lower down torque.
Yeah.
So that
I don't know if it's the fact that it's smooth or whether it's actually more powerful.
up top, yeah. But it feels like it wants to rev so much better.
Yeah, it does.
Over that bump where it sounds like a clutch kick.
No, dude, I think that was limiter.
Oh really?
You see it almost hit 8.
Oh hell yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate, but like for my tacho to get close to 8, I just have never done.
That's sick.
Dude, it loves it. That's not even doing a skid. That's just straight line.
That's just going.
Oh man, I love it. This has done exactly what we thought it would do.
That was definitely limiter.
But it didn't sound like it gave a f, you know, like
Yeah. Yes. Oh my god, that's so
slaps.
good. What the hell? Oh my god, dude, I'm fucking flying. Holy shit.
Now we get to see the difference. Heat wrap looks awesome. It's a little bit gold because it's gotten a bit hot. When I was driving it to work, when I picked it up the morning that I got it, it was like smoking at the lights a bit, and I was like, be calm. This is not happening again.
Put a damn extinguisher in your car, boy.
The only annoying thing is that down the bottom, like at the collector there, the heat wrap's kind of come undone, because I think that metal zip tie, as you would have seen, we were saying that they didn't go on like as nice as we wanted them to. So I think it's just like slipped off down the bottom because it's tapered. But the top section looks awesome and it works. Like I can touch that and not die,
Nice.
which I love.
Yeah, not like me.
These headers
Burnt my arm on my head the other
when
day.
he started it up.
Nice.
Sweet, and they put a stainless muffler on.
Which they put a tip on, which is not usually our
Not usually
thing.
my vibe, but it looks alright. It's like, it's nice and straight. And the size of that muffler, I think, is what's stopping it from being like so drony as well, which is wicked because driving it when we're cruising is so much more comfortable.
So much better.
Dylan was saying like how amazing it is that it sounds angrier and more calm at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think the headers just give it that like really 4AG like angry B tone, and then the size of the muffler kind of tones it down when we're driving cautiously,
Yeah, it's good as.
which is wicked.
It's like just more comfortable, but sounds more 4AG and more angry B noises. And
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
But now I need to clean up my whole engine bay, which I think we're going to do soon.
Yeah.
Because the headers look sick, but the rest kind of looks trash.
Yeah.
So you can see the issue is this length here. So
Yeah.
the new headers we've got merge here all into one. And so because they merge so frequently, the frequency is so much higher, and that's where that 4AG noise comes from.
Yeah.
And the problem with these is that because they merge down here,
It's very far away.
and they're not merging as often, if that makes any sense.
They're also not equal length, is the other thing.
Yeah,
So that's just slightly longer on the inside one. Two of them join up here, and then so the tone from each one of these is coming out here like bang, 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 instead of all just going bleh.
Yeah, and that's where that high pitch comes from, and that's probably also why it feels smoother, because lower frequencies vibrate more and they resonate a bit more.
Yeah. Interesting fact about a chopper that Seb told me the other day is that it's pretty much just like a W16 with the rest of the 14 cylinders chopped off, because the angle of like the pistons like next to each other is like just totally whack. That's why they sound like that loping, like dum 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 dum, because they're really like it's like a long way in between each fire.
You're right.
I think that's it. I think it's a W16.
Hectic. That's funny as.
Yeah, it's funny as.
Isn't a W16 what's in a Veyron?
Yeah, Bugatti. Well, that's the end of that video. It sounds good.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
think.
It sounds exactly how we thought it would sound, because Dylan's got these headers, Seb's got these headers, and I mean they're TRD copies, so they're copies of something that obviously worked and
They
sounded
rip.
sick.
eBay listing will probably be in the description, I reckon.
Yeah, we've had a few people ask. They were out of stock for a while, so it took me a while to get them, but I think they should be in stock now.
It's a bloke in Queensland who makes them, and I think he makes them just in batches. But they're well built. They're cheap. They're fucking
250 bucks, and then I spent 30 bucks on heat wrap, and then if you already got a decent muffler setup, you don't even need to worry about that bit.
Yeah.
And then it sounds amazing. Like that's why
Mint.
4AG is God's motor.
Yeah. It's like essential 4AG sound comes out of these headers.
So stoked.
If you want that sort of really high pitched 4AG note that you hear in a lot of Japanese videos and stuff, this is the way to go, as far as we can tell.
And if you want the other sound, you know how to do that as well. That's
Yeah,
kind
there
of what
you
we
go.
wanted to do. We just wanted to compare 4 to 2 to 1 to 4 to 1. Because there's not, like, even though it's a really simple thing to compare, there's not really much about it on the internet, I don't think.
It definitely
It's
isn't.
a very simple thing, and a lot of people just kind of disregard the headers and think that maybe the muffler is going to be the big difference, but we've just proven that that's not true.
Yeah, the header's always going to make the biggest amount of difference, I think. I mean, just look at Subarus, you know, the difference in the length of the runners is completely changes
It's kind
the
of
sound.
like, we've kind of just done the same comparison on 4AGs, which is cool.
Essentially.
So hopefully you enjoyed me driving it around and hearing what it sounds like when you're kind of behind me in traffic. So
Driving very sensibly.
yes, driving like a good boy.
Like a model citizen.
Actually, no. John was driving.
Yes. Alright, thanks heaps for watching.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.